I am 34 years old. My wife is 33 years old. We've been together for 10 years and have a 4-year-old son together. Ever since we started dating, my wife has chronically been late. I can count on one hand how many times I remember her being on time. She has this bizarre tendency to leave when we're supposed to be arriving at whatever venue we're going to. If we have reservations for 7 o'clock, she's not ready until 7 o'clock. If the movie starts at 5:45, she's not ready until 5:45. I used to find it kind of humorous and almost endearing. There was an ongoing joke of her being from the distant future, where we had figured out wormhole technology for instant teleportation and that she just had not adapted to the present year yet. But now that we have a child together and important appointments for which we cannot be late, it's not funny anymore. It regularly causes me a significant amount of stress. Our son started going to daycare last year. Since my wife is a stay-at-home mum, taking him to and from daycare is her responsibility. Naturally, she is late dropping him off every day. Then she is late picking him up. In the middle of August, our son's daycare sent out a group email informing us that there would be a new fee for any late pickups. Every minute that a parent was late, the daycare would tack on a $2 fee. 10 minutes late would incur a $20 fee. To be perfectly honest, there's no doubt in my mind that they started this because of my wife, who was late to pick him up literally every day his first year. I've tried to get her to be better, but when confronted, she always has an excuse ready to go, which makes it impossible to have any discussion about the subject. Well, our bill for the first 2 weeks of September just arrived. Lo and behold, on top of the normal fee, I found a $262 late pickup fee on the bill, which means that my wife was late to pick him up, on average, 12 minutes per day. I told my wife that, as usual, I would be paying for the normal fees, but she would have to pay the $262 late pickup fee out of her $800 allowance. She initially refused, saying she couldn't afford it, despite having no real expenses other than her phone and Netflix, and then she called the daycare to try and debate the issue. I watched as she tried to play Erin Brockovich. She eventually tired herself out frantically Googling laws while on the phone and hung up on the poor staff. At that time, I told her that it was entirely her fault and that if she can't even do the bare minimum of being an adult, she needs to grow up. She immediately began barraging me with excuses. She then laid down her final debate-ending question. "Why don't you just pick him up then?" "Because I'm at work. I work for a living. Anyway, the daycare won't take him back until the bill is paid in full. I feel terrible for my son because he's completely innocent in all of this and loves going to daycare, but I feel like it's the only way to get my wife to realize there are consequences for her tardiness. Am I pushing it too far too fast? Or should I stick to my guns here?